Ooh. Oakland coming to this game 3-13. Cubs are 3-8-6 here as well.
This great person. T-Mac with you as the A's come up to hit. And let's take a look at the Oakland lineup. Marcotte's lineup brought to you by UI Health. And it'll be Ruiz, Noda, and Diaz. Then Rooker, Kemp, and Aguilar. The Langoliers, Capel, and Smith.
And Boog, the starting pitcher for the Cubs, is also brought to you by our friends at Budweiser. This Bud is for you. There's the big right-hander. Look at that fastball percentage.
Big swing, and Ruiz comes out of his helmet.
For me, it's all about that slider tonight. Him throwing that slider in the zone early, throwing the slider out of the zone late to get the punch-outs. This isn't the guy you want to hit, though, Hayden. You hit him 2 pitches later, you might see him standing over there on third. He can really run, huh?
Big time. One of the fastest guys in the majors, Esteuri Ruiz, the pitch. And that's drilled to center. Bellinger will play that on a bounce. Ruiz last year at 2 levels, AA and AAA, hit .332 combined and had 85 stolen bases.
I mean, he started his career out with the Kansas City Royals, and they liked everything about him. But all of a sudden, the San Diego Padres wanted him. They made a big deal there. He went to Milwaukee. He was part of the Josh Hader deal. And now he finds himself here in Oakland, a big part of that 3-team trade.
Yeah, he was originally signed as an infielder with the Royals. Throw over to first, close play. Mancini puts the tag down.
That's a huge lead.
There goes, nope. He started to go and then didn't. And Wisniewski pumps in a strike.
That's a great job of varying your delivery. He just held it so long.
Last game, so hopefully he can get back.
But all of a sudden, Ruiz, I mean, he just had to put on the brakes.
But he usually does.
Pick him off.
They're on first base for the A's.
That's in for a strike.
You see Noda looking down there at first base. What are you doing, buddy? I've taken 2 strikes thinking that you'd be on second base by now.
This guy, a Rule 5 pick. As time was called, Ryan Noda, Rule 5 pick from out of the Los Angeles Dodgers organization. Dodgers were not surprised that he was selected. He's got a lot of pop. He walks a lot. There goes the runner. Pitch is grounded up the middle, and it's a base hit. Ruiz racing for third, and they'll hold him there.
The third base. Ace hit by Noda.
So a base hit with a runner on the move, and runners are at the corner.
Man, you're ahead in the count right there. You'd like to do something out of the zone, but he's not able to do it. Look at that breaking ball just sitting basically on a tee for Noda to take a swing at. And I think, you know, in the back of his mind, he was trying to be quick to home. He didn't want Ruiz to get a good jump. And he let another hitter get away from him.
Double oven mitt for Esteuri Ruiz down there at third. And the batter now is Aledmys Diaz. Chopped on the ground. Dansby Swanson jump throw to second. They get the out there. Run comes in to score. And the A's have the lead 1-0.
It's kind of getting to be routine, isn't it? I mean, I thought that ball was in the 5.5 hole. It really was. But all of a sudden that hole got close. An outstanding throw. Look at Nico Horner playing first base at the second base bag. You don't care about that one run. You talked about the starter's ERA. You got to figure you got 5 or 6 to work with tonight. Get out of this inning now with just one. You're okay.
Here's Rooker lifting this one out towards right center. Bellinger in front of Suzuki makes the catch. And they're 2 away. Time to bring you the defensive setup for the Cubs, and it's brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield. So far, defense has been good for the Cubs as expected. Happ, Bellinger, Gold Glover, Suzuki out there in right, Madrigal, Swanson, Horner, and Mancini third to first. Gomes, another start behind the plate for Jan. It's his 9th. With Rooker retired, here's former Cub Tony Kemp, who takes a strike. It was actually the Cubs that Kemp was traded to the A's, as he played 44 games for the Cubs back in 2019. And the Cubs got Alfonso Rivas in that trade.
Strike into Kemp. No, it's going to miss two outs to Kemp. Bottom first. I'm sorry. The scoreboard says 2 right now. I thought we started the stream. We're going to be a little late. We're actually right on time. So we're actually bottom 1, 0, 0. So top 2 will be next inning. Bottom 1, 2 outs here. Tony Kemp. Pretty good hitter here for the A's. This lineup's garbage.
In the air, left field. Happ is there.
Playable for Happ. Top 2 we get. Top 2 we go. Happ can make it.
The Athletic strike first. Seiya Suzuki will come up to hit. We'll go to the second. 1-0.
We'll be back at 30 after the commercial. We're back top 2. Who's the A's pitching here? Mueller's in the face of Suzuki, Mancini, Wisdom. So there's a chance here for the Cubs to do a lot of damage here tonight.
Suzuki climbs in on the right side.
Marshall from the lineup at third tonight as well.
The big lefty Muller delivers. And that's through there for a strike.
Mueller, a pretty good pitcher. Opportunity to do some damage though.
Say a 2 for 13, a homer, but he has struck out 7 times. And now it's 0-2. Plate umpire Vic Carapazza, the crew chief. Been generous.
I think Vic got fooled because on the first pitch it was a cutter that came back to the corner. I think he anticipated that second one being the same thing, but it was a sinker that went the other way.
Suzuki fouling that one off. Saying not a huge fan, not that many are, of the cold temperatures. He's layered up. And a swing and a miss.
Suzuki out. He's had a
for
bad
Muller,
start,
his
right?
first strikeout. Yeah, there's one away.
Mueller going to strike out there to Suzuki to start the.
Now, fans, a reminder: the Dodgers are in town this Thursday for the start of a 4-game series. Tickets are available at Cubs.com/tickets. Dodgers, Cubs, and then an off day, and then the Padres come calling. Mancini went too far. That's strike 1.
What a great homestand, huh?
Yeah, that'll be fun. And another good test. Muller fires. And Mancini drives that one in the air to right.
It's going to be caught though.
And Capel pulls it down, 2 away. So Kyle Muller off to a good start. Lefty was a 2nd-round pick in 2016 by the Braves. And this past December was involved in that 3-team trade that netted the Braves Sean Murphy.
Ooh. That's one of the better backstops in all the game. Did a lot of good things while he was here. You better get something in return.
First one to Patrick Wisdom is in there for a strike.
Doing a nice job on that outside corner so far, that being Muller. You got to look out there, I guess.
Just a bit outside.
1-1 to Wisdom here, 2 outs. Top second.
The A's staff ERA. We showed you the starters ERA. The staff ERA is 7.60.
I think a lot of Cubs fans in Oakland. The fans are even there. There's really any.
Foul tipped into the mitt of Langoliers. Mentioned how difficult a start the A's have gotten off to. Run differential -63. It's the lowest through 16 games since the '88 Orioles. So, I mean, just to give you an idea, the next worst run differential is Detroit at -37. So they've been outscored by 63 runs. It's been a tough go to begin for Marcotte. Drill left field.
Foul ball game.
Back and
Top
forget.
second with the
Wizzy's done it again. 4th straight game with a homer. Look out.
1-1. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
And it's 1-1.
1-1. Wisdom breaks the A's 1-1 lead.
I mean, he just hits the ball so hard.
Oh, dude, shot.
And that was scorched.
I thought Taylor had a great note about his home runs per at bat, his slugging percentage. Since 2021, there's only 2 guys with more homers per at bat than Patrick Wisdom. That's Schwarber and Alonso.
Patrick Wisdom, number 7.
He's in a good spot, as they say, huh?
Yeah. T-Mac, was he waving to you or to the camera?
Base hit for Cody.
Bellinger gets enough of that one and dunks it into center.
Well, rally for the Cubs here.
Let's check out our home run replay. It's brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs.
He has done a lot of damage already this year, hitting close to 400 against left-handed pitching, hitting well over 350 on the road.
That one lifted in the air out to center. Ruiz
Still out there in the inning, bottom
settling
of the
under
second,
it, and he's got it.
Cody's hit goes nowhere, but Wisdom does get
Patrick Wisdom, another homer, his fourth straight game with a round tripper, and he's tied this one up.
Game straight for Wisdom. He's having a good year, start to the year. We'll be back in 30 after commercial. Make sure you drop a like if you haven't already. 1-1, we hit to the bottom of the second. Or are we going top 3? Bottom second. Back in 30 seconds.
Goes yard, his 7th, and it's a 1-1 game. And our guy Brian tweets, Patrick Wisdom is unreal. Cubs tie it up. And here we go, 1-1. And Jesus Aguilar had a good slider for a strike.
Stands in. For Oakland, we're changing him in Oakland Athletics.
That one popped foul back our way.
Hey now.
You ready?
I'll tell you what, Boog, I'm just thinking about Patrick Wisdom there, and no, I'm not ready. I will not have anything to do with that. I did it once, it hurt, and I've learned my lesson. But you know, just thinking about Wisdom and how the Cardinals gave up on him, Texas gave up on him. He barely hit 200 last year. You might have thought, some people would have said, well, you know, I mean, it's just not there. The Cubs didn't.
Swinging.
David Ross didn't.
West Ness.
I mean, from the very beginning of spring training, I mean, Wisdom was in the lineup. There's something there. There's more there. And I don't know if it's Patrick. I don't know if it's Dustin Kelly, the new hitting coach, and the guys that have been working with him. But he's just, I mean, he's right where the Cardinals thought he would be when they drafted him.
Good start to the season for Patrick, and now here's the catcher, Shea Langoliers. The pitch, swing and a miss downstairs, and Taylor.
Well, clearly Patrick Wisdom has put in a lot of work to see the fruits of his labor that we're seeing right now. But one of the things he pointed out is look at his teammates around him. Look at how many guys have come in here with a large pedigree, with really great experience in the major leagues. He said that's part of it.
Yeah, certainly getting a chance to learn and pick the brains of guys who have had a lot of success at the major league level, but nice to see his start to the year. A single there from the Athletics catcher, and the batter now is Connor Capel.
The single off Wesneski, bottom first, second. First here for Connor Capel. He was with the Cubs last year. He's in the big leagues now. That's crazy. I watched him last year in a AAA game. Swear to God. Hit a bomb too.
We've talked to a lot of people about these Oakland A's, trying to get to know a lot of guys that we haven't seen
before. We got over to Oakland somehow.
And, you know, the first two guys they mentioned were Ruiz
he was young,
and Langoliers. Okay.
Yeah.
He looks older, though, now that I can see him.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean,
Let's look at him.
You're an Oakland A's
Let's make sure that I
looking
know I'm talking about the same dude.
Places to
You
keep
looked
hope
up.
and center and behind the plate
Made his
would
debut
be
with the Cardinals,
two
so I
of
was
the
right.
spots you'd
I'll
start
watch him
him.
next year in AAA.
An Oakland A's fan? There aren't many of them here, are there?
No, I mean, I'm still trying to sort out whether we have Yan Gomes mic'd up or it's just there aren't that many people behind the plate. Because it feels like we're in Yan Gomes' mitt.
I thought Hayden was throwing really hard. No?
I think he is. There goes the runner. Pitch, line, and
base hit in the right
hit.
field. Suzuki running on the motion and advancing to third base. Runners at first and third.
So the second
Bottom
time
second.
they've started the runner and delivered a hit. And the second time they've gone first to third as Capel comes up with the knock.
Boy, you wouldn't expect the catcher to take off and start running, but when you've struggled the way the Oakland A's have, if you're Mark Kotsay, the manager, I mean, you're gonna try to shake it up. You're gonna try to do something. I don't know if that was a hit and run. I don't know if he was trying to steal a bag there, but he definitely was trying to make something good happen, and he did.
There's Kevin Smith, the shortstop. And a swing and a miss. So, I mean, look, the other thing is with Ruiz, he was acquired in that 3-team trade that sent Sean Murphy to the A's. This guy, Kevin Smith, came over in the Matt Chapman trade in March of last year from Toronto. Langoliers came over in the Olsen trade.
I mean, the names you're mentioning, they better get something back.
Yeah.
Because they're giving up a lot.
Oakland have gave up a ton. From Smith.
And a swing and a miss.
Shortstop
There's no
here.
reason to do anything else other than throwing that breaking ball off the
0-2 to
outside
him.
corner one more time.
Yeah, Kevin Smith has started the year 3 for 22 with 10 strikeouts. They like him a lot, but there's a lot of swing and miss. There's a good amount of slug at the minor league level. In the air.
Up, that's going to be caught by Suzuki. Shallow right. That's not going to
makes the
advance the runner. He's going to come off the bag.
And the runners will stay put as Seiya fires
2
a
outs, bottom
strikeout.
second, so if Wesneski can get out of here, this would be nice. They're going to face Ruiz, the center fielder.
I got to be honest. That last pitch is the first one that really worried me about Hayden Wesneski. You can't let him reach it. I mean, he couldn't have hit those first 2 breaking balls with a boat oar. And now you're going to hang a breaking ball up there? There's a lot of people that could have done a lot of damage with that. That's a huge mistake right there. I was so proud of him the way he got out of the first inning. All right, you got first. When Ruiz gets on base, he's going to score, and he did. But you held the inning down. This is an out right here you have got to get if you expect to turn the page and have a good outing.
Slider, that's a strike, said K-Zone, but Vic Carapazza called it a ball.
We've seen a couple of really good sliders.
That's the one right there that he wants to book against the righties.
Center field. Bellinger's under. He's going to retire up top 3. 1-1.
He makes the catch.
Here we go. Top 3 we go. Bottom 1. Or I'm sorry. Top 3 we go. 1-1. Score still. Oakland had a chance to push across a couple runs. They couldn't. Make sure you drop a like if you haven't already. We'll be back at 30 after the commercial. Thank you all for all staying tuned, and I really do appreciate it. Top 3 we go. 1-1.
Told me that his body right now feels better than it has at any other point in his major league career. Remember, a year ago he was coming back from that hamstring injury. He would report to the ballpark about an hour and a half to 2 hours before when he usually would, just to deal with the hamstring, and that was something that continued into the offseason, getting his body right. Well, he added Pilates to his routine, and he started noticing the more he was focusing on mobility and stretching and flexibility, his body started to feel better. He told me a story. The first time he did Pilates, he sat down, tried to put his hands to his toes, and he couldn't get his hands past his knees. But the longer that he's done it the past couple of months, he's now able to get his hands to his toes, and he said his body just feels so much better, and he realized that, yes, the hamstring was important. It was important to get that healthy, but it was all the other things that were happening around his body that were causing issues.
That throw a little offline. Madrigal is out. And remember, last year his season came to a close because of a groin injury. So lower half soft tissue injuries, a problem. His body certainly looks different, and as Taylor mentioned, Pilates is a big help. Rick Sutcliffe, your Pilates
top 3,
expert.
1 out.
Yeah, no problem doing those things.
From Nick.
Yeah. I don't even know that I could spell Pilates, to be honest with you.
I'll help you out.
I will say this. I feel like there's a lot left in Nick Madrigal.
Yep.
You're talking about a guy who's a #4 overall pick. He's done a lot of really good things when he was healthy, and he's healthy again, as Taylor said.
No swing, said Nick Marley down there at first. Horner flying to center his first time. And there's a strike. 2-1. Nico Horner season off to an excellent start. That one pushed foul. You look at most hits from the leadoff spot this season, only Ronald Acuna Jr. has more. And then, you know, you look at the last 12 games, he's been on base safely every game, and over that 12-game stretch he's reached base safely 24 times between hits, walks, and being hit by a pitch. So he's setting the table, as they say. 2-2. Check swing. And a ball downstairs. Good eye. The slider is a good pitch for Muller. If there's one thing that's changed for him from last year to this year, he's kind of traded out the curve for more slider usage.
Where's the base on ball that we heard about? Maybe now?
There it was. So the first walk that he has issued. And Muller into this game, a walk rate of about 12.5%, meaning every 100 batters he walks about 12.5 of them, and the league average right now is a little over 9. Nico Bears watching over there at first of those 8 stolen bases.
Yeah, I was just watching him there too, and Boog, I think he's trying to get a throw to first. He wants to see what that pickoff move looks like. Trying to get out there like he's gonna go, moving, trying to show a little leg movement, but he can't get it yet.
Watch him swing through that one.
Swanson found tipped that into the glove of Langoliers.
Nico's going to get the same respect that Ruiz got from Hayden Wisniewski over there. I mean, he stole 20 bases last year. You can see right there he's got the most, tied for the most in Major League Baseball. Okay, now he's seen it. Now he's seen it. And for me, what I saw that time was he looked home and threw to first, which means he's going to kind of look at first if he goes to home. It's a mistake that a lot of young left-handed pitchers make.
In the dirt, he did exactly what you said.
I think Nico's got him now. Napoli's over there talking to him. You saw it. Take a look at the first thing that moves. What's different when he goes to home or when he comes to first? Oh, a slide step.
Laced into left field. That's a base hit. Horner's racing around second.
Second to third. In there.
Safely.
Swanson continued to hit hot here in the
Aggressive base running from Nico Horner.
Still continuing to
and
hit.
Runners at first and third.
I would say right now that if they go to dinner tonight, Dansby Swanson's going to buy dinner, because that was all about Nico. He went to the slide step. There's not near the velocity on it. That was in the, I think it was 92 miles an hour. He's hit 94, 95. Nico doing everything he could over there. He altered his delivery a little bit. He gave up some stuff to try to keep him from stealing the bag, and he ended up giving up a base hit.
So first and third and one out. And Happ foul tips it into the mid of Langoliers. See it happen. Last time up, he hit the ball hard. And it flew out to right field. One of the better right-handed swings we've seen from him so far this year.
Ian Happ, runners on the corners, one out. Inside pitch.
Off the inside edge that time.
Got a good sack fly opportunity here for Cubs to push it on the cross. If you haven't already, make sure you drop a like. I really would appreciate it. We're gonna let the people in the stream. What's up to everybody?
Season from
Runners
this
on the corners
side
here for Ian Happ.
a year ago.
He's back to the right side. He's a Quidgy.
That's not many at bats.
Good eye right there. Tied at one. Patrick Wisdom has homered to account for the Cubs run.
2-1 to him. Good hitters count for Ian Happ. Pick the first.
And Swanson back in.
Whoa. Still trying to figure it out over there. I don't think Dansby was going anywhere. I just think he was taking that secondary lead.
Strike on the outside corner, just got the edge.
Man, you don't get that call very often. Take a look at the catcher sitting on the inside corner, reaching back across. I mean, the view of the umpire is completely, I knew it was a strike, but I mean, you just don't get that call. I mean, maybe 2 out of 10 times.
The lefty ready. And a foul ball. They'll do it again.
2-2 to Ian Happ. They're going to do it again here. Runners on the corners. One out here in the third.
Ian has been outstanding, hitting well over 300 with runners in scoring position this year.
Good eye right there. So now it's filled up 3-2. Horner down there at third. Swanson the runner at first. And Seiya lurking in the on deck circle. Swanson on the go, and this one popped up. Diaz charges in, and he makes the catch. Let's send it downstairs to Taylor McGregor.
Well, back to Nico Horner on the base paths. That's been a big topic. And talking with Mike Napoli today about what he's seen from Nico, he said it was really last season that he felt like it clicked for Horner. And he used the term, he went from being a base runner to a base stealer. And he said he thinks the reason for that was, one, he studies. He really pays attention to the way pitchers approach the mound, their tendencies when they're out there to give him an advantage, and then also he's just trusting his eyes. And he said there's a process that goes into being a really good base runner, and it clicked for Nico last year, and now with the new rule changes and other things, we're seeing what we're seeing from Nico right now.
Yeah, and it's not just stealing bases, but it's going first to third, like right here as he did earlier in the inning. Willie Harris loving that. Here's Seiya Suzuki. So I thought that was interesting what just took place, by the way. It's first and third with 2 outs, and you got a mound visit from the pitcher as they're about to face a guy who's 2 for 14 with 8 strikeouts, including 1 tonight.
Suzuki here.
I just think it was all
People
about the
out
number of pitches
3,
he's
got a
thrown
chance
in
to
this
put it across the
inning.
runner. We got you here.
You
with
got a
the
young guy
Suzuki.
on the mound, and I think Scotty Emerson just came out there to give him a breather. Hey, you're fine. You know, you just hold him right there. You know, we're going to score some runs for you. We've already got 1 for you. I'm guessing.
Yep. Well, that was pitch number 22 in the inning.
Hit. Yes, base hit. That's going to score.
Suzuki delivers.
Nico Horner push Swanson up
Horner
to second.
comes in to score. The Cubs lead 2-1.
2-1 lead here.
And there's the
Cubs.
payoff from the first to third.
I tell you what, and I think, you know, the long at bat that Ian Happ had, I think that had something to do because Suzuki got to see everything that Mueller had. And watch him come out of the box right here. Watch him feeling like, finally, I'm doing something to help. You see him kind of fist pump there? This guy wants to help. He's going to be a big, big part of what goes on here. And that right there just shows you how much he cares. There it is right there. Oh, finally I'm able to help a little bit.
So Suzuki with the RBI single, Seiya with the knock.
Your point was better than mine. I'm sorry.
What are you talking about?
Well, I got excited for Suzuki because I know how much he cares and I know how great he's been in the past. But the key was going first to third. And I just put my thumb on you and went right past that, didn't I?
Trey Mancini here. Mancini said he hit the ball hard his last time up, drove it to deep right field. You know, he'd like to do a little more of that. Coming into tonight, a 60% ground ball rate. That's something that he'd like to change. It's that one on the ground. Diaz goes the short way. They get the out at third, and that's the inning. But say a Suzuki RBI single, Cubs lead it.
Back in 32-1 Cubs here, bottom of the third inning we head. Cubs up 2-1. Shea Suzuki with a single there to push a runner across. So see if Wes Nansky can't get anything started for the Cubs. We'll be back in 30. If you haven't already, make sure you drop a like if you're new. Make sure you hit the sub button. I really would appreciate it. We'll be back in 30 seconds after the commercial break.
Boog Shambi, Rick Sutcliffe, and Taylor McGregor. Noda, Diaz, and Rooker against Hayden Wisniewski. Righty has the lead now. And that one is skied to right. Suzuki will pull that down for out number 1. All right, it's time now for the McDonald's McNugget of the game. Here's our nugget. Only 2 players in Major League history have played with the first name Hayden. There was a right-handed pitcher named Hayden Penn, 33 games from 05 to 2010, and Hayden Wisniewski is the other. So in the history of the sport, 2 guys with the first name Hayden, and he's one of them. That's our nugget. That's a nugget.
That is a nugget.
That is a nugget.
I don't think I've ever signed an autograph for a Hayden. I mean, it's different. I think it's cool.
I'm so waiting for T-Mac to eventually on air ask the question, how come McGregor isn't doing the McNugget of the game?
I've had people on Twitter ask.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
That would be a little too cliche.
I think it'd be fine. I mean, it's a lot of alliteration for a reporter to do McGregor's McDonald's McNugget of the game.
Come on, we've eaten a lot more McNuggets than she has.
That's a fair point. Believe it.
We know a lot more about that.
You're back here, bottom third, 2-1 Cubs.
Get it up there. That's where Young Gomes wanted the fastball on that. Now get that breaking ball down and away. That good one that you talked about, whether he calls it a strike or not. Get on top of it. Slow it down. As a young guy, you get too excited. Oh, a little sinker at 94. Okay.
Usually the sinker is reserved mainly for the right-handed batters. Doesn't like throwing it to the lefties in case it kind of leaks back to the big part of the bat.
It doesn't have a lot of sink to it. You're right. It has more run.
2-2.
Attaboy.
Broke his bat right side.
Throw one to first. Got him here. 2 outs. Bottom 3.
2 up, 2 down.
I mean, this is what we saw last year. Yeah, he had a ball game where it got away from him. We thought he might have been tipping. They were able to fix that. But his location was always outstanding. That's perfect right there. You've set it up. You pound him inside. He was late on that. He tried to get out front in the heater. You hit him off the end of the bat. Nika with that great range once again. Come back with it again here. This guy's got some power here.
Here's Brent Rooker. And a slider drops in for a strike. Rooker fly to center his first time.
Now move it away. Don't throw that one again. That was right down the middle, but that's okay on the first pitch. Get it out there. No, not there. Too much, and you knew it.
Hayden Wisniewski, still just 25 years old, from Cypress, Texas.
There's a lot of potential there.
No doubt.
It's a big arm.
Arm is live.
And a swing and a miss. Love to see that up and in.
1 to the Rooker, 2 outs, bottom 3.
Yankees took him in the 6th round in 2019 out of Sam Houston State. Line drive caught at short, and Wisniewski able to get him 1, 2, 3. End of 3 in the Cubs lead.
Bottom 3. Still 2-1 here. Mueller's going to face Wisdom, Bellinger, and Yan Gomes. Wisdom's 1 for 1, so is Bellinger. Another spot here for the Cubs to do some damage off Kyle Mueller here for the Oakland Athletics. This is a very winnable series too for the Cubs. We have to take 2 or 3 here from the Oakland Athletics, a team who's yet to win a series. They're 3-13, the worst team in baseball. Like everyone expected. Yes, Oakland's the worst team in baseball. Once again, yeah, sad times. Trading Olsen, Chapman, and literally Murphy. I mean, everyone you had, you traded. You got a bunch of AAA, AA, and single A guys back. You're going to be terrible for 1 year. You're going to be terrible for 2 years. I expect Oakland to be terrible for 3 or 4. Like, this team is so young. Like, they're so young. Like, they're not even in their peak. Like, they're not even in their pre-peak. Like, this team's young. Got a bunch of guys who I don't even know what really could be. Need to keep the series winning streak alive. We do. Yeah. What's up, Marcus? How you doing? Yeah, but Oakland, yeah, is the worst team in baseball. So a big series win here. We gotta win here for sure. How you doing, Marcus? Hope you're not going good, dude.
For StatCast powered by Google Cloud, Patrick Wisdom exit velo of 109.6.
Fourth inning,
the distance
2-1.
428, and he's now homered in 4 straight games.
I forgot to switch.
He's a Southern California kid, but played his college ball in Northern
Top
California.
four,
Check this out. Look where the pitch was.
That's paint.
And think about where it ended up. And I do think it's something that's changed about the philosophies of hitters today, and then also just how big these guys are. He's 6'2", and he's taking a pitch on the outside edge.
That's what it's all about.
And pulling it with authority.
With the bomb.
And so, sort of back in the
Top
day,
four,
it was
one, two to him,
always,
no outs.
if it's outside,
Wisdom's
hit it
had a
that
great
way.
start to the year.
And now these guys
like
are
an
trying to
all-star.
take pitches and hit them out
He's trying to
front.
put
And
multiple
especially if
players
you're a
here,
big,
fringe
strong
offer,
cat like
that's
him,
even better.
you're pulling it, you know?
Not everybody can do what he does.
No, that's fair enough.
Glad you got the audio going. Love listening to the games. No problem, man. I do it all the time, man. For
Outside
Cubs.
corner, good pitch.
Got
Wisdom did not like it.
No problem at all. Do all the Cubs
He knew
games.
that
Do
ball
all
was
the Bears
outside.
games on
I mean,
Sundays.
there's no reason to even
Do
attempt
like the
swinging
Bears
at
as
that.
well, man.
That's not close.
That was not close.
I'd like
They
to
just
ask
got him
Mike
looking
Leary,
at
our
him.
producer in the
Top
rear,
four,
to edit
that was
my
pretty
good
for him.
pitch to bad pitch.
Big cut there. I wish I could show the games, but you can't copyright it. I mean,
that's really a
I'm doing
frustrating
everything I
thing for a
can.
hitter.
People are like, "Why don't you show it?" Look what I can.
Oh, that is
Bellinger
right field.
towards
That
the
one's got a
corner,
chance
almost
way
gone, hits
back
the
off
wall.
the
Bellinger
wall.
around in first, going to second. He's going to get a stand-up
And
double top four,
Bellinger
one out.
into
Bellinger's at second, 2-1 Cubs lead. He's 2-2. Almost nearly going there.
All right, Rick Sutcliffe, pay attention. This double is brought to you by Elgin Hyundai, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on every new car.
Now that's an outstanding pitch, and that's once again what you were talking about with Wisdom. I mean, most people can't pull that ball. They can't hit it with authority. I mean, right now, Cody Bellinger looks like the 2019 version.
He hit that one 102 miles an hour. Talked with Cody pregame. You saw the note. The home run that he hit yesterday was the hardest ball that he has hit since September of 2020. The home run was 108.1 at exit velo.
Hit that
to
one
the
around
right
the
side.
first base. That's base hit. That's going to score. That's maybe score. Bellinger is Young Gums base hit single. And he just tapped that one through. That's going to score. Bellinger from second base. Young Gums
3-1 Cubs.
You know, other than Wisdom, you kind of wondered what happened that first time around. This guy's really been struggling. I tell you what, he's 6'7". He throws right over the top. There's a little bit of a release point there that the Cubs just haven't seen for a while.
I can see
All
Belly
of a sudden, they
coming
got to
alive.
look at it in that
Especially
first
slow
bat.
start. Yes, man. Yeah, it is really fun as a Cubs fan too. I mean, all the Bellinger tape. When you're a fan and you see
what a
Cody
great
as a
idea
former
that
MVP step into a situation that the Cubs have this year, it's like,
Magical looking
okay,
to
we could
push
be a
something, I
playoff
think,
team.
towards the first base
Could
side.
sell.
You're exactly
like,
right. He
we're
just
gonna
wanted to
get-
push
it's
it
such
to
a good
where
opportunity
the
for Cody
pitcher
to
could
play ball.
not get
And he
it.
was,
You see where the second baseman
sitting
is playing
272
right up
this
the
year.
middle.
Still
That
not
was an
ideal.
outstanding thought.
Still
Whether
a
it works or
300
not,
MVP him, but
I mean, that
giving
was the
us
right
something
idea.
to look in the future for as well if we want to re-sign him.
Swing
Marginal's
and
up
miss.
over one. He's not spot for the Cubs. So you're runner on second or third base with one out. Or maybe first base. I'm sorry, first base.
Bellinger doing things against left-handed pitching. Doing the things that he pretty much did all of his career till the injuries started mounting up the last 2 years.
Flared into right. That one falling, and it falls for a hit. Goes on the
He's
move,
hit.
racing for
Going
third.
right.
Madrigal into
Second
second.
to third.
Save.
Second, third. That's a double from
Loves
Reds
his
off.
fist.
Hustle double runners on second and third.
And the
One
Cubs
top
in
four for the
business,
Cubs.
second and third.
I mean, you're just seeing a lot of want-to. I mean, you've seen it all year long. You saw it over the weekend, the excitement. We're going up against one of the best teams in the game, and we're going to win a series. Look at that pitch. I mean, first of all, most people can't swing at it. If you do, you can't do anything good with it. And you don't take the single for granted. You're not happy with that. This is an outstanding throw, but just better hustle right off the bat. He's going right there. Made up his mind. He don't need a first base coach. I know what I got to get to do.
Warner stepping in. Warner's on
That's the
second
Nick
and third.
Madrigal that we heard about. That was the 4th overall pick. The bat to ball skills at an elite level. Dunking that one in for a double. Infield halfway. 3-1. 1-0 to Nico. Line drive, and
that's going to score 2 maybe. Runner around in third, that's gone. They're going to send Marysville. He's going to be out.
And he is going to end up being out at the plate.
Score 1, 2 outs. They're going to throw one runner out. One's going to score 4-1.
Willie Harris is right there in front of you. He wanted to grab you. I understand the excitement. You saw the fist pump at second. You want to be a big part. You want to touch home, but let your guy help you. Keep the line of moving. You got a great jump, but stop.
So Madrigal cut down at the plate.
Cubs up to a hot start with the bats.
And Horner knocking in a run. It's 4-1 Cubs.
I mean, with second and third, Mark Kotsay would have had to have gone to his bullpen. Somebody would have had to have gotten up. You know, that was one of the big issues over the winter about the Cubs running into outs on the bases a year ago. I get it. I mean, I know Nick's not an everyday player. He has been throughout his career when he was healthy. He's wanting to do everything he can to help the team. But you've got to let the third base coach there help you.
Three 3-0 to Dansby Swanson with Ian Happ in the on deck circle.
4-1. Top fourth. 3-0. 2 outs. For Dansby Swanson here.
Sut, to your point, a year ago, the Cubs 29th in baseball in outs on the bases. They had 68 total last season, and for the most part this season they'd actually been pretty good, tied for second fewest in baseball, only 2 coming into the game today.
So that was number 3. As Swanson
Lotus
walks,
Swanson
but
walk
yeah,
on 2 outs.
so far, I mean, you're
second.
14 games and
comes Ian Happ over
3+ innings in, and big improvements. Scott Emerson back out to the mound. And now Nico Horner's going to go over and talk to Willie Harris.
This is kind of the way the season has gone for
Mother runs through the stop sign. Yeah, he did.
Mark Kotsay
ran through a huge stop sign. I mean, got
a couple of guys that have had a lot of success in their careers.
Kotsay
Kotsay is a player.
I'm not lying. I thought they were going to maybe be able to sneak another one in.
Emerson was the pitching coach back when the A's
Top
were going to the postseason year after year. It's going to be a while.
Yeah, and they're going to get their cardio in this year with the trips to the mound, because you got the biggest foul territory and longest trip pretty much from a dugout to the mound. So Kotsay and Emerson, keep your Apple Watches on. Horner at second, Swanson at first, and that's pushed foul.
You know, people for years have talked about what a great pitcher's park this has been, and a lot of it they have to do with, you know, how big it is in the gaps. 362 there, 400 to dead center. I think more than that, that foul territory book that you mentioned, there's just so many balls that are outs here that aren't anywhere else.
Taking off for third is Horner, and he
steals third base.
Problem. Everybody kind of fell asleep there. Swanson followed his lead, and now a base hit likely will score 2.
I really love what Happer did right here. Look at him. He sees all of that. I mean, he just keeps the bat on his shoulder. He knows there's no
like
chance
13
of
stolen
throwing
base of the
anybody
year,
out.
or something like that. 12 or something. Base hit for Ian Happ. That's going to score 2.
1 run is in.
1 run in. Comes the second runner. They're going to score at 6-1. Ian Happ base hit scores 2 after Leah Banks on the stolen bases. There's 6-1 Cubs top 4. They're doing some
damage. And the
damage.
base running on display here in the 4th.
Some live going in the chat for the Cubs, man. 6-1. Top of the 4th inning. Make sure y'all drop a like so I can take back for 13 people in the chat. I really would appreciate it.
I mean, he was outstanding. He had the 3-0 count. He got the green light. He took a big swing at it. Didn't happen. Okay, you don't want to throw a strike? I'll hand it over to the next guy. He gets on base, and to your point, him and Nico off and running. The double steal. gives an opportunity to add a couple of more runs.
So now it's Seiya Suzuki an opportunity to try and keep this thing going.
This is huge to set the tone like this in the first game. I mean, I'm not kidding you. I had a little bit of concern about a letdown after the big series over the weekend. The big crowd, I mean, it was sold out, 50, 60,000, whatever it was. And now you might have 4,000 or 5,000. And I'm sure most of them are Cub fans. No chance of a letdown.
Hauser, Gomes.
2 balls and a strike on Suzuki, who's 1 for 2. Ripped but foul. Pre-game, I got a chance to catch up with Seiya and Toi Matsushita, his translator. And as he came out and kind of took in the surroundings, I said to Toi, tell him how cold this place is. And when it was translated to him, Seiya responded, you don't get a lot of English from Seiya, but he responded, big sigh and bleep. There's Toi.
There's Toi.
Okay, I understood that.
People probably find that hard to believe. I mean, you're in California. What do you mean it's cold?
Line drive, base hit, left field. Seiya with his 2nd hit of the night.
Love Nico Stone bases as much. These new rules only 2
Look at Mike Napoli. I mean, he's just happy. I mean, Mike Napoli's a guy that was a big part of a lot of offenses, but he knows too what it's like to struggle.
I like it, dude. I like it.
He knows how hard Suzuki has been working. I mean, he's just maybe working too hard. I don't know. He cares so much about this team. He's so happy to be back. Watching that at bat right there, it seems like he's completely back.
There's a strike to Mancini. Trey 0 for 2. Cubs lead at 6-1.
I bet Marcotte's sitting there thinking he wishes this was spring training where you could take your pitcher out and then throw him back out there in the next inning to get
roll it over.
Yeah, roll it over, get some work in.
That was Adrian Martinez who was up. Kotze again, just his 2nd year as manager. And it's been a rough start for the 47-year-old's team.
We won to Trey Mancini.
Yeah, Kotz played the major 17 years.
Oh, he's one of the smartest baseball people I've been around. I mean, you knew as a player that he had an opportunity to manage if that's what he wanted to do.
I've known him a long time. He debuted in the majors back in 1997.
That's right.
For the Marlins.
Together. Yeah.
Kotze played 4 years for these Oakland A's. In fact, the last time they got to the LCS, Kotze was on the team back in '06.
You both picked up a World Series ring back then, didn't you?
This is true.
Come on. Come on.
Oh, I'm going to get people in trouble. So they give out different tiered rings, and I was a broadcaster on the '97 team. I got the A ring. He played.
Base hit. Just foul. Just foul. I would have scored 2 more from Mancini. I would have definitely scored 2 more.
Suzuki is.
We're going to take a look at this. I think.
Brock Ballou on the call down the 3rd baseline. So this is reviewable. Oh, and they're going to look at it.
Well, I mean, it was hit so hard. Look, he didn't have a chance to get turned around and get a great look at it.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair, dude.
The Chicago Cubs are challenging the fair foul call.
You got a guy that's struggling. As a manager, you're going to do everything you can to try to help him. I mean, even if it is foul, you know what? You're giving him a pat in the back. You're showing him how much you care about getting him going.
See if we can get a better peek at this.
hope I'm wrong, but I mean, I kind of felt like it was foul when I saw it live, and both the previous time on the replay and that one there. I mean, it just it doesn't look like it just doesn't look like it's fair.
It looks close, dude. It looks close to me. That looks pretty close.
I just don't understand how, with all of replay, how we don't have a camera locked off from the foul pole down the line and a camera locked off behind home
Thank you for the
plate
new 2 subs. I
down
really
the
do
line.
appreciate it.
It's not going to get them all or get them all
Plus
right, but
640
it's going to
here.
get you more of them. So I don't understand why the league doesn't.
One like
invest
on the
in that.
stream.
All right, I'm back down.
Try to get to 5. I really would appreciate y'all
After
if you
review,
drop some likes. I really would.
Call on the field stands. The ball was foul. The Chicago Cubs lose their challenge.
So stands not confirmed. David Ross taking a shot at it there.
You think Rossi cares about what his record is on reviews? No. No. Take a shot at it. Try to help your buddy. Get him a hit. He hadn't had one for a while. Could have picked up a couple of RBIs right there if you'd have been right.
Outside corner, Mancini is gone.
Looking bottom.
Cubs send
Go.
9 to the plate and score 4 times. Belly off the wall.
30 after the commercial.
Yan Gomes,
Peace.
Nico, and Ian Happ, 6-1. (6-1), and Hayden Wisniewski pumps in a strike.
A first pitch strike. That's kind of nice, isn't it? First couple of starts for Hayden. That's been an issue. It wasn't last year. It shouldn't be.
In the air, softly hit. Bellinger and Happ, look out! Oh.
4. This one Cubs. 1 out here to begin the inning.
That's outstanding what Cody Bellinger does right here. Now he's the guy in charge. Ian doesn't hear him. He doesn't get called out, whatever it was. But look at how he avoids the collision. I mean, the first thing I thought of was Kyle Schwarber. And how when you get people out there that haven't played together, these guys haven't played together a lot, but they've both played that position a lot. I think Capper's saying that's my bad.
Yeah.
1 out, 0-1 to Aguilar.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Check swing 0-2 to him.
It's not just about.
Y'all already make sure to drop a like if y'all are new.
Not
Hit the sub button. We're on our way to
playing with
1,000
one
subs, and I
another.
really
It's playing
would
with Belly.
like to get there pretty soon.
You get
Thank y'all so
used
much for the
to
support on the streams and everything
far
else. I
you
really
can
do
go
appreciate it, everybody.
in a certain direction, and now you have this guy that just covers
Swing on the
so
ground to
much ground.
Swanson. Aguilar going to throw him out 2 outs
Swanson
here, bottom
handles
4.
that chance. Aguilar retired, and Wisniewski has settled into a really nice groove.
You know what? That's a great point. Because just thinking about, and I don't even know how many there were, 7, 8 different center fielders that Ian had to deal with last year.
Right.
And just all of the times where he had to go get it.
You know, Bellinger has been a lot of fun to watch on defense. Eater misses down and away to Langoliers, who singled his first time. Cubs lead 6-1.
Bottom 4. Who was the catcher? Langers.
Cubs were so
They
good
missed 2
with their command in that Dodgers series. What did they have? 8 walks. I think it was like 34 strikeouts. There wasn't that many times that they fell behind in the count.
Yeah, the note you gave me, in the 3 games against the Dodgers, they went 2-0 10 times. Now think about that for a second. 2-0 10 times. That's the 3 games combined. That's pretty good. In there for a strike.
You want another note?
Please.
How about them being 4th in the National League in a stat called in the zone?
Yeah.
I mean, Tommy Hodeby's talked about that. He wants the staff to be known for that.
Ground ball.
On the ground, but
That's
foul.
gonna be foul.
Look at the range down there for Nick Madrigal. That's a foul ball, and he got to it in time and would have been set in the position to make the play.
Big improvement. So those first pitch strikes have been huge for him tonight.
I'm seeing fastball slider too. And I'm seeing some really good sliders. Not all of them, but at times it's that unhittable slider that we saw last year.
In there, got him looking, and Wisniewski has set down 8 in a row. And a right-hander starting to get control of this one. Cubs lead at 6-1.
4th, top of the 5th we go. Same score here. Wes Nancy's pitching well tonight. Small sample size. I mean, it is the Oakland Athletics. We should be doing this to them. But hey, still Major League Baseball. We'll be back in 30 seconds for the top half of the 5th. Back here for the top half of the 5th. Mueller's going to face Wisdom, Bellinger, and Gomes. Unless a pitcher
Chicago Cubs baseball on Marquee Sports
Yeah,
Network.
already make sure I drop a like. I appreciate
your local
15
Hyundai
people. We're trying to
dealer.
get
Find the
640
dealer
subs.
nearest you
We're
at
637. I really appreciate it to get
By
there.
Advocate
Thank you
Healthcare.
all so much.
Let's live
for
well
getting
and make
some
the most
subs
of
over
every
the last couple
moment,
weeks.
game day and every day. And by Wintrust, proud legacy partner of the Chicago Cubs and exclusive home of Cubs checking.
Patrick Wisdom starts off the top of the 5th. Cubs lead at 6-1. Wisdom, Bellinger, and Gomes against Kyle Muller. And a swing and a miss.
You might as well swing at it, Patrick, because that's kind of where
Didn't
the
realize
pitch
Wes
was that he
Nancy's-
called
Dude,
strike
me
3
neither,
on you.
dude. He's
Your
only
last at
25?
bat.
him and Steele hopefully can turn into mainstay rotations. Yes, you're thinking like me, Marcus. I was thinking if like Wes Nansky, we can get good innings out of him, dude. This is like good. Our lineup's really, really good here in Chicago. The pitching was going to be a concern, but Wes Nansky's only fucking 25. I thought he was like probably upper 20s.
Being a left-handed hitter, and that
he's still young
over the left-handed batter's box.
He's pitched well tonight too.
It didn't work.
Wisdom has 7 home runs, base hit, another one for Wisdom, who's 2 for 3. 7 and 9.
Second hit of the night, not a home run.
Are you disappointed?
I mean, I'm just saying, you know, like I was told.
He's 2 for 2.
A homer like every other time, you know.
I mean, it used to be that way. But like Taylor was saying in the open, he's a different guy. David Ross telling her that his swing is in the zone more now than it maybe has ever been.
I did say Bellinger, I think. Bellinger.
Cubs lead at 6-1. Bellinger at the plate. The 0-1 to Belly. And that's in for a strike. Cody's 2 for 2. He's continued his hot hitting. Talking about that home run yesterday, 108.1, hardest ball he's hit since September of 2020. And he looks at me with a big smile and he says, "I'm swole."
I'm what?
Swole, like swollen, like jacked up.
That's what kids say. Mueller. He's still
That's one of those where I needed to pot your mic down and pot Taylor's up because I'm sure that she laughed at that.
It's like you know me well or something.
He was asking me when I told him it's the hardest ball that he's hit since September of 20. He said, hardest homer or hardest ball? I said, no, hardest ball that you've hit. And, you know, one of the things to consider is that injury. He had that shoulder pop out a couple of times, and then in the NLCS Game 7 celebrating the homer, the high five with Kike Hernandez, it popped out of socket.
Bellinger's going to pop that one up straight away center. Waiting for a strikeout, though. Like, Cody, that's a base hit. He's 3 for 3.
Bellinger will take that.
Like, dude, 0 for 2. 0 for 2. Last year, Cody Bellinger strikes out.
Third hit of the night.
Chokes up. Puts a ball in play, base hit, runners on first and second, top 5, and we only have no out with 0 outs here
the ball hung up there for a long time.
Gomes.
But take a look at what Patrick Wisdom does here.
The
there it is up in the air. Look at him. I mean, he's just creeping up there. Wait a minute. I mean, if he catches a ball, there's a chance there might be a play double him off. But look at what he does here. He's not going to let Cody Bellinger get a hit taken away from him. He's going to try to get back. He might not have been able to get back. I love it. I love it.
Line drive, base hit, left field, Yan Gomes.
For base.
And they'll hold
Bases loaded, no outs here.
How about Yan Gomes swinging a hot bat? His second hit of the night, and the bases are loaded.
You know, Terry Francona would be upset with Yan Gomes right now because what he told him when they were in Cleveland was, hey, your job is to get the staff through the ball game. Get them deep into the game. If you mix in a hit, that's great. I mean, he's starting to mix in a lot of hits after. I mean, you would have thought he would have taken off where he was in spring training offensively, but that didn't happen. Slow start. He didn't care about it. You know, the only thing he cares about, he started 8 games for the Chicago Cubs this year. They're 7-1.
Marcotte points to
Phil Mueller, no top 5 here, so we're gonna go to a be right back real quick. We'll be back in a minute here after the pitch and swap. Top 5, no outs, bases jammed for the Cubs. Chance to do some more damage. Make sure you drop a like if you haven't already. Stick around here for the 5th inning. We'll be back in 30 to a minute after the commercial. Thank you all for the support. Gomes has been pretty good. Pretty sure he's got more home runs than Wilson so far. Yeah, I still wish we had Wilson, though. We had, like, Gomes DHing or something, or doing, like, a backup catcher. I wish we still had Wilson. If this team had Wilson Contreras, that'd be nasty. That'd be nasty. I don't know still why we didn't pay him or trade him or do something with him, but yeah. We'll be back in 30 after the commercial.
Baseball on Marquee Sports Network is brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs, by UI Health, changing medicine for good, and by Michelob Ultra.
And the former Met, Juris Familia. Here's a ground ball out to short, coming home with it, and they get the out there. So Madrigal hits it on the ground, and Kevin Smith comes home, and they get the force.
It's really a nice play by the young shortstop there. A lot of topspin on that baseball. Infield was in, got to come in.
Another base hit here.
Backhand it. In between hop right there. Nice solid throw.
No, they're going to throw him out. One out here, top 5 for Nico Horner.
First one to Nico, misses
Sure,
inside.
Yeah, dude.
Has flied to center, walked and scored. Single.
But we're making the best of the situation. I mean, Young Gomes isn't awful. He's not bad. Don't know what catchers we've got in the farm. Me neither. Not too particularly sure. We haven't drafted any in the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's in for a strike.
That are relevant.
Nico doesn't really care, does he? I mean, he just seems like the same guy with no strikes or 2 strikes.
Horner here, bases juice, 1 out.
It's softly on the ground to
it's
short.
Softly going home. They're going to get him there at the plate. Good play. 2 outs, top 5. 2 plays at the plate.
So with 2 outs, the base is still
2 good plays here by Oakland.
An opportunity for
give the benefit of the doubt. 2 really good plays
here
at the plate to get both those guys. Kind of a wild throw. Catcher kept his poise there. It was able to
I just think about the last couple of years, how frustrating those 2 outs would have been. And I'm like, we're okay.
Anthony Swanson went for 2, 364 here. No home runs yet.
And Nico will score.
I think the average though. It's gonna be outside.
Familia misses inside. Swanson 1 out of 2 with a single and a stolen base. Juris Familia, guy with that good sinker.
Used to be 96, 97, didn't it?
Yep. Swing and a miss.
It's still sinking. Just not quite the velocity.
He's had a rough go of it.
Yes.
He is a true sinker slider guy.
Well, they played 16 games and he's already been in 7 of them, 8 now.
That's the 3rd, and taking it himself is Diaz. Well, the Cubs said the base is loaded and nobody out, and failed to score midway in the 5th. 6-1.
Bottom 5 we head here, still same score, 6-1. So bases do get juiced there. Cubs aren't going to do any damage, unlike us really there. Bottom 5 we had 6-1. We're back in 30. Wes Nancy's going to face Connor Chappell, Kevin Smith, and Ruiz here for the Athletics. Bobby Marshall, thank you. No problem, Bobby. No problem. Bottom 5 we hit here for the Cubs. 6-1 lead. No problem at all. Welcome back, Bobby. Welcome back to the stream. Thank you for stopping by again tonight. Seen you last night, I thought, or a couple nights ago in the stream. So appreciate you for stopping by again, man. It means a lot. sure it was gonna be over, but it's not. I got back a little too soon. These commercials are weird. They last a long time, dude, for no reason.
Your atmosphere in style for your next group outing. The left field porch offers a beverage and snack package along with panoramic views of the game. To learn more and book online, scan the QR code or visit Cubs.com/premier.
You ever sat in the bleachers for a game?
Bottom 5 here.
I haven't.
Strike into.
All the years coming here, and
It's weird,
on the
right?
table.
yeah, you could have come in a day early. No, you always come in a day early to be ready, but you should.
Yeah.
There's strike to him there.
You know, Harry used to do a game from out there.
With his shirt off. I'm in on beverages and snack packages. 0-2 to Connor Capel. Outside. Wisniewski has set down 8 in a row. Remember, Hayden Wisniewski went to spring training, was in competition with Javier Assad and Adrian Sampson for the 5th spot, and he won that job. He took it from him. Pitch.
Got him the pop fly up into
Shallow left.
shallow
Once
left
and
on
out
his
and
end. Half one
in.
out to begin the 5th.
Now's the time for a healthy start. So let's recharge and play. And do what we love with who we love. Together, let's live well.
Here's Kevin Smith. And that one inside.
Kevin Smith's gonna miss off and load.
I see why a lot of people like this young shortstop. I mean, he's made some nice plays already here in this ball game. I'm sure he's been doing it throughout his career. You just keep hoping that his offense can catch up with his defense. What?
I missed by a lot.
I mean, when you got a lead like you've got right now and you're at the stage of the game, you're in the 5th inning. You're qualified for a win if you get 3 outs. See how far he can hit it. Play catch. Just play catch. Throwing 3 strikes right here. Play catch. Do it again. Do it again.
3-1 to Smith here.
Look how good the Cubs starters have been. 3-1-1 tied for 3rd in the bigs.
Strike 3-2 to
again.
him.
I want to see 92 or maybe less. You don't need 94 or 95. I know you can, but it's not needed right now. Just play catch.
Deep breath. And a 3-2 pitch. On a bounce, Madrigal.
2 outs onto third to
Hold on,
first.
that arm right there. 2
Ground
away.
ball. Got it. Are these Marquis announcers?
We just
on
saw
this?
something right there.
That should
Dave
be a good one, too.
Wisniewski shook
Yeah,
off
it is.
Jan
It's Marquis.
Gomes. Jan Gomes made him do it twice. Are you sure that's what you want to do? Yeah,
You're
I want to throw a breaking
Casper.
ball.
Hell yeah, man. Go.
Okay. Okay, I like the fact that Jan went with him. That might have been ball 4. I don't know. But the confidence he's showing right now in that slider again, Boog. There's another yank. It's 94. You don't need to throw that hard.
He's been super efficient. He's about to deliver pitch number 60. Good pitch downstairs and T-Mac.
Well, I asked Jan about the confidence that he sees from Hayden Wisniewski, and he said usually with young guys, they don't have a lot of conviction in the pitches they throw, but that is not the case with Hayden Wisniewski. And I think what you just saw there, willing to shake off some pitches, he's confident.
Gonna hit that
He
one
throws pitches
foul.
with conviction, and not a lot of young pitchers
Their bullpens,
do
they
that,
don't have
especially
one.
with a
Oh,
veteran
I'm
catcher
playing,
like Jan Gomes behind the mound. The plate.
Plate, mound,
Shot at
whatever.
Oakland. They need a fucking bullpen, dude. Oakland, you deserve better. They need Las Vegas A.
Yeah.
Something, dude. This is some shit. I'm just watching, looking at in the damn stadium. There's 2 people here.
That good breaking ball with some tilt to it. It's some downward movement. No, 95, okay.
I didn't realize he's got, I like that. He's got that little Texas state flag on the webbing or finger of his glove. It's kind of cool. Yeah, there it is. Back to work. 2-2. That one was just kind of spinning.
Yeah, just overthrowing it as he has a couple of fastballs in this inning. Fill that strike zone up. 4th in the National League in the zone. Let's keep that number right there, or maybe a little bit better.
Got it.
Top 6 we had. Cubs still lead this one 6-1.
Another 1-2-3 inning. 3rd straight. 11 in a row set down by the righty.
Hard to get a new stadium or upgrades when you have to give the tickets away for free. Yeah, true. That's some shitty situation. Oakland's in. They need to relocate bad. Top 6. I fucking hate Oakland. We'll be back in 30.
Take you back on this day in baseball history, 1947. Jackie Robinson picked up his first big league hit. 51, Mickey Mantle made his major league debut. Roberto Clemente made his major league debut 1955 on this date. And in 1968, the A's played their first game in the Oakland Coliseum. They hosted the Orioles, and Boog Powell hit a homer.
I love all of that except the 1968 first game here. You know why?
Why?
In 1967, they left Kansas City.
Oh.
That was my team.
That's right.
People don't understand why I didn't grow up a Royals fan. I was a Kansas City Athletics fan. My favorite player, Campy Campaneros.
6 here, 6-1. No outs.
Eddie Vedder's gotten me several jerseys.
Let's go Cubs. Hell yeah,
game bat, and a
Would surprise me
baseball
if they follow the
signed by
Raiders a lot
Campy,
bigger than they need to.
dated the day he played all 9 positions. My grandpa took me to that game.
Swing on by Pat.
Martinez into the game as that one slapped foul. And here's some of the pregame festivities. Joe DiMaggio as the A's moved out.
Charlie O, the mule.
In 1968. Hey, Ronald Reagan. Was he the governor then? Not quite.
Charlie Finley, not real well liked in Kansas City, even still. Could have left the mule. You know, his kids loved going down there, feeding him.
It's not the greatest of baseball facilities.
We heard it's a great surface, though, right?
Yeah, Mark Conte was telling us the grounds crew does a great job. That the infield and the outfield is awesome, in awesome shape. I feel like that beard is getting grayer by the second. Line drive, base hit. Look out! Yes, be careful.
You know, it's not a big deal if you've only got one hit tonight. I mean, just think about Nico being on base a couple of times. Dansby's been on base twice. Now Happer's there. Suzuki's been on base a couple of times. Wisdom with a homer and a base hit.
By the way, Adam Hammery,
Yeah.
serious note here. His fallback job, if he didn't make it as an umpire, he wanted to be a broadcaster. Dead serious.
Suzuki runner on first is half after the
Did
senior.
broadcasting in college.
If you haven't already, make sure to drop a like. I really
Play-by-play
appreciate 16
guy.
people.
He wanted to be you, huh?
Shout out to all y'all
I
in here.
think he
man.
wanted to be Dan Shulman.
Appreciate all y'all for coming out to the stream, man. Thanks a lot.
Adam Hammery. Run around the go. That one fouled off at the plate.
Love it. Love it. This game's not over. Far from over. Thought it was going to be over till Familia came in and got those 3 ground balls, and I don't blame Mark Kotze for getting him out of there. You had to like what you saw, and if you got a chance to win tomorrow night, you're going to remember that.
Down third, Suzuki. 1-2, no outs.
Hap at first. Pitch to Sam. Off the plate and foul.
Adrian Martinez here facing Suzuki. 1-2. No outs runner first. Top 6.
Yeah, Adam Hammery, by the way, graduated from Northern Michigan.
A degree in broadcasting?
It wasn't a degree in broadcasting. It was actually in education, but he
Okay.
did that. Yeah. He did the broadcasting as well.
We'll have him on Wednesday afternoon, huh?
Yep.
I don't know if I've seen him behind the plate.
And I'll just finish off the story. The reason I have these nuggets on Adam Hammery is because his name is spelled H-A-M-A-R-I. And years ago, I called him Adam Hamari. In there.
Track 3 went out. Martinez gets Suzuki.
Was he
looking.
mad about it?
He wasn't mad, but it got back to me.
Now in comes Trey
I
Mancini,
mispronounced
runner on
his
first
name.
base.
And welcome in Budweiser broadcast booth. This Bud's for you. And I found out that it's Hammery. I got connected to him, apologized to him, and then he told me about his love for broadcasting. So that was.
It wasn't in his bio that you have right there in front
It's
of him?
not in his bio. That's right there in front of me.
So that is a McNugget.
That's
right
a nugget.
There. Yeah.
It's a bonus nugget. You're looking for McDonald's
Top 6 went out. Here comes
McNuggets.
Trey Mancini. 0-0 count.
There goes Hap.
Hap's on the
Pitches a
move.
strike
Hap's gonna
throw.
steal. Got him.
Out at second. Whoa.
2 out.
Well,
The glove
and
came
then
off, so
the
he's
glove
saved.
Comes off.
1
the
out.
ball is
Hap's gonna
still
go
in
ahead and
it.
steal the base.
Come on, Adam
Steals
Hamari.
here for the Cubs.
What are you
early.
doing? How come you
Right
called him
before.
out on that? I did that on purpose, okay? And no, I'm not going to apologize to him tomorrow. I think Happer was in there anyway. I think I don't know what they would have done if he called him out. There he is, takes a peek.
Back here tomorrow at 8:40.
Get out there. Get out
tomorrow
there.
night.
Oh, he was out.
The Cubs facing the A's. Same time tomorrow.
The running Cubbies.
How about it?
Actually, both these
Only
teams. I
count
think
them
they're 2 of
Mancini.
the top 2 teams in baseball as far as
Two.
stealing bases is concerned.
Tell you what, Langoliers, Tapper steals Tony Kemp's glove. Langoliers, he's got a good arm, and he showed it right there. That was quick.
Off the edge, 2-2 to Mancini.
First round pick out of Baylor a couple of years ago. Shea Langoliers, 2019. Big arm, big power.
Looking at the Mancini.
This place has that soccer field. They rock the. You don't go too many places, and they have the vuvuzelas. The. You know.
Kind of like the drum in Cleveland used to be.
Runner on second, top 6 here for
Stands out
Mancini.
when-
Got a chance to knock a runner in. 18 people in the
It's not
stream.
a
I
big
really
crowd.
appreciate it. Everybody being out tonight in the stream. Thank y'all so much.
Mancini 0 for 3, a fly out. He's wrapped into a fielder's choice, and there's the guy. There are the drums. Mancini going on strikes. Let's send it downstairs, and Taylor McGregor.
I have one more thing about what makes this place unique, at least that I know of. I don't believe there's another Major League stadium where the bats and the helmets are at the opposite end of the dugout from the on-deck circle. Do you?
No. No, they're usually down closer to where,
On the other end.
yeah, David Ross and those guys are standing.
We had a lot of fun pregame. Tommy Hotovy and Craig Driver, they were trying to bounce the ball into those holes before the bats were in there. And there was some money involved.
There's downtime in baseball, ladies and gentlemen. Believe it.
Well, this is like at 3:30. I mean,
There's downtime in baseball.
2 outs, Wisdom. Runner on second here for him.
Patrick Wisdom with a couple of hits, including a home run. He's homered in 4 straight games, matching a career mark.
he should have a perfect night going right now. Homered in his first at bat in the second. He should have walked in his second at bat in the fourth. That 3-2 pitch was clearly not a strike. And then the base hit, as you mentioned. How about that average climbing?
Good take right there. 2-2.
55 coming into play tonight.
Adrian Martinez picks out the side and fires outside.
I mean, I kind of thought to begin with Patrick was going to be one of those 5-1-1-3 guys. When you look in the box score, he had 5 at bats, score 1 run. He'd only have 1 hit. He's 250 guy, 200 guy, whatever. But 3 RBIs. He'd run into that 3-run homer that would help you win a ball game. I think there's even more in his ability than that.
Fastball at 95. And Wisdom able to fight it off.
I think that's a great point, Booth. Watch this pitch right here. There's a lot of movement on this. It's not the location he wanted. Look at that ball running back in. I mean, it was almost like his approach was to go to the opposite field. I just don't want to make an out. He's hit a lot of home runs with 2 strikes on him this year, too.
Fouling out of play, and Wisdom stays alive.
Makes contact with 95 on a fastball in. Able to do something with an 83-mile-an-hour breaking ball. This is a different guy. This isn't what he's been up to this point in his career.
8th pitch of the plate appearance, and no argument
Bottom 6 we go.
Strikes, so Martinez
Actually needs to be
gives
better.
up the single and then strikes out the next 3 in a row. Cubs lead.
Mancini needs to be better. I think he'll hit up more towards the ass end of the year, which is like I would rather guys like Mancini be better towards the end of the year than the start of the year because they're more of October guys. We're gonna stay here though, bottom 6.
Sixth, Hayden Wisniewski, after some bumpy roads
6.
early, has settled into a pretty good groove. There were bumpy roads.
And that was the number one thing that has changed right there, that first pitch strike. I love how they're getting to know each other right now. Jan says, okay, you sure that's what you want to do?
Two and one now.
Tried to steal that one, didn't he? Throw a breaking ball for a strike here if you want. He's proven that you can do that. Hitters ahead in the count. A lot of young hitters are going to just be positive it's going to be a fastball, but it wasn't there. Take a moment trying to regroup.
2-2 to Noda for Wisniewski. Foul ball down the first base line. Wisniewski's got a great start. Great start. Probably the last inning we're going to see him.
Got a good feel for that breaking ball right now. Maybe get it on that outer half. Get that ground ball to second.
2-2.
Side 2-2.
Tried the fastball and it missed. Noda marginal defensively, but a guy who will get on base and he's got some raw power. He actually played at Cincinnati a year with Ian Happ. Outside corner, got him looking.
Got him looking there. Went out bottom 6. 50-50.
Fourth strikeout for Wisniewski.
You know, we talked about getting to know each other. Let's go back to the number 9 hitter in the bottom of the 5th inning. No, are you sure? You don't want to throw a fastball? No, I want to throw a breaking ball on a 3-2 count. Okay, that worked. What happened? You got the leadoff hitter Ruiz up there. You got a 3-2 count. I know what you want to do. I know exactly what you want to do. And he did it, just like he did there on Noda.
12 straight set down for Hayden Wisniewski.
Have you seen a cutter yet tonight?
Low 1-0.
Maybe
a few.
Maybe a few. Yeah.
But not a ton.
I mean, the command of that breaking ball has been outstanding. and the fastball command could be better. I mean, as good as he's been. I mean,
pitch count so
leadoff
far.
hitter got on. He got the
That's
third.
something I should add.
Next
pitch
thing he
count.
knows, he scores on a fielder's choice.
I should add that.
That's it.
He is at 74. Bottom 6 here.
Good slider for a strike.
He's at 74 though. 75 now. Marcus. What a great start, dude. He really is having a wonderful start.
1-2 with one out. The base is empty.
You couldn't want any better. Really.
Foul tipped into
Foul
the
tip
mid.
struck him out.
Diaz is down on strikes, 2 away.
That's Wesnansky's.
I know we're talking about the Oakland A's. I know they're 3-13, but I'm telling you, the way he's doing right now, it wouldn't matter. It could be the Dodgers, which will be his next opponent. It could be the Padres. He's that good right now.
6-1 Cubs, bottom 6, 2 outs. Comes Rooker. Whoa. Popped up. Second base, he's under it.
Out of the pop-up. Nico makes the catch.
7.
And for Wisniewski, another 1, 2, 3 innings.
Y'all already make sure to drop a like. I really would appreciate
in a row out of the 7th. Cubs lead.
All the support tonight in the stream. Really do appreciate having a fun night. Cubs up 6-1, top 7. We'll be back in 30 after the commercial. We are back to the top of the 7th here. 6-1 Cubs, they hold on here. Good victory. I'd put Wesnansky back out there for one more inning.
After
so low, it sounds like he's put down 14 straight.
Clean it up back there.
He has 14. Yeah, 14 straight or something like that now.
Bellinger, Gomes, and
Bellinger, he's 3
Madrigal
for 3. 1-0 to him.
Adrian Martinez will get back to work. The story tonight, the Cubs base running and offense, and Hayden Wesneski.
Down 1.
And Patrick Wisdom is homered in his 4th straight game. For Bellinger, a 3-hit game.
The base hit for Cody Bellinger. He's 4 for 4.
Cody Bellinger.
Starts off the 7th here for the Cubs.
He's such a good guy. You know, even the last couple of years when we'd come to town with ESPN, I mean, he was available. He didn't run from you.
No injury.
He was honest about what was going on. He didn't always talk about physically that he was banged up, but everybody knew that.
Holmes up here, in for a strike.
You talked about the injuries that he had, and I'll tell you something else that I saw. Remember a couple years ago when Mike Trout at Topgolf hit the ball out of the stadium and all of that? Everybody, it was like a week later when the Dodgers were there, and Cody did it. And you remember he had a rib. He didn't play for like a week. And nobody's ever said anything about that. I've not read anything about it. But when I saw that, I was like, uh-oh. That could hang around for a while. I'll try to remember to talk to him about it tomorrow about that. That was just another one of those things that kind of piled up on him the last couple of years.
Well, after
that was just
the shoulder injury in the high-five collision with Kike Hernandez, he ended up having surgery in November of 2020.
Cody's on the move.
Bellinger on the go.
Throw, got him.
Second tag, out.
1 out, top 7.
That's a cannon back there.
The A's 1-2. Got a chance to go to 2 outs here.
The one thing about Yan Gomes, when he throws people out, it's because he's got such a quick setup and the throws are accurate and all of that. This isn't all of that. I mean, this is kind of a weird stance how he's down on a knee that normally, I mean, he's down on that left knee. Most people are down on the right knee. But look at that. I mean, right on the money. And I mean, that ball's supposed to sink a little bit.
Ground ball to the pitcher. Flip to first. 2 outs, top 7.
2 away.
Here comes Madrigal, third baseman for the Cubs.
Whether it's lighting up Chicago or helping a neighbor in need, Powering Chicago's commitment to better construction, better careers, and better communities never quits. Powering Chicago, IBEW Local 134, NECA, Chicago.
One more subscriber away from 640. I really appreciate everybody for subscribing, the likes, everything.
With tune-up. By the way, for Cody Bellinger, his first
really
4-hit game
top 7, 2 outs
since
to
that
Madrigal. Here we go.
MVP season of 2019.
He looks like that MVP,
really
doesn't
appreciate everybody. Means a lot.
I mean, his defense is phenomenal. He's running. He's trying to steal bases.
One Nick here. I got 1-1 to him. 2 outs. Top 7. Long on ground to second.
On the ground, Kemp.
Filled that to first.
They just
barely
get
got
Madrigal.
him. Bottom of the 7th.
Midway in the 7th. Time to stretch. Cubs lead at 6-1.
We'll be back in 30 after the commercial. If you haven't already, make sure you all drop a like. I really would appreciate it. It means a lot.
Six-1, about hit the A's 15-4. Boog Sciambi, Rick Sutcliffe, Taylor McGregor, and here we are.
Kemp, Aguilar.
This is not where we would normally be, though. We're in, they like to call it an auxiliary booth. We've been chased out of our booth. Chased out of our booth.
Hayden Wesneski still on here for the Cubs. On ground ball to second. Horner. Throw on to first. Got him to
and there's one
7.
out.
What'd you do to make him mad? Why can't we be in the real one?
Hayden Wesneski is not interested in my possum story, but very quickly there is a family of possum. Is it possums or possum? Anyway, that's the booth we're supposed to be in. I don't know whether you saw the story on the interwebs Instagram and all that stuff, but the SNY crew, a possum left some remnants, and it might have smelled a little bit.
Aguilar, he's 0 for 2.
So we moved here. So this is our temporary home for the next couple of nights.
Stansky up to 79 pitches on the night, still very
still
low.
over there.
Maybe potentially a gamer here out of West.
Move the broadcasters, Possum's here.
You want me to send Justin Steele over there to take a look tomorrow? I mean, he wouldn't mind.
Line drive, and that's a base hit
for Aguilar
off the bat of Aguilar. Is
0-2 pitch
stretch
left
of
up there by West Nansky.
15 in a row comes to an end. T-Mac, you'd like to participate?
My favorite quote of the day when it comes to the Possums, walking into the ballpark today, a lot of the players had heard about this situation, so they were asking me what's going on. Are Boog and Suck going to have to move to a different booth? And one of the guys, Mark Leiter Jr., was specifically asking me about it, and I said, yeah, they have to move to a different booth. And he goes, wait a minute. So you're telling me that they left the Possums and moved the broadcasters? I said, that's what I'm telling you.
Here we are. Here we are.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Is it?
I like it. Yeah, I'm in. Oh my gosh, this is the place. Possum, and then they did have an overflow with the sewer system a couple years back.
Well, 1968, right? I mean, there's going to be things that go wrong.
Yeah.
When are they moving? Are they going to Vegas?
Maybe.
Okay.
But right now, we're talking varmints. We're not
Check
just talking
swing.
varmints. We're talking marsupial varmints. Bonus nugget. Possums are the only marsupial in the United States. You know, marsupials are distinguished by carrying their young in basically in a pocket, in a pouch.
I just want to know if Sut can spell marsupial.
Yeah, it was just right in front of me a minute ago there. Come on.
Inside corner. Oh, he painted it.
A little bit of activity finally down in the Cub bullpen. I mean, Hayden Wisniewski has been so good.
Rucker up and loosening, 1 out.
Taylor, what you got on varmint?
Not a whole lot.
Now, come on.
What do you got on Mount Everest?
Not me.
Shots fired.
Taylor, that came from the truck. They begged me to do that. So, anyway. Breaking ball.
To the Langers.
Ground ball double play.
Check swing. Fouled it off.
I mean, she went to school for 4 years in Arkansas. I got to figure at some point she came across some type of varmint or some possum approximation.
So actually growing up, my house backed up to open space. So there was a lot of creatures that I interacted with as a child. Rattlesnakes, it's a whole different story.
Whoa.
Possums. I don't think I encountered a possum.
Okay.
2-2 Langers.
Swing
and a miss. 2 out. Bottom 7.
And Langoliers down on strikes.
I think this is my favorite strikeout of the night right here. He's done a lot of great things with that breaking ball, but here's the command of that fastball. Two-seam fastball is going to have some run. Doesn't have a lot of sink to it. Doesn't need to it. After all the breaking balls that he's seen, he can see now there's another place to go to pick up a strikeout.
Campbell, I mean. The right fielder.
By the way, worth noting on a
Nansky still pitching
standard Bay Area night,
bottom of the 7.
solid red nose working for T-Mac down there on the field. Slowing a little bit.
I'm afraid to go there, though. I kind of,
I did have to have someone bring me out this jacket because I was not prepared. Even though I say every time I come to Northern California, it surprises me how cold it is, and I still didn't dress warm enough. And our camera guy right here giving me his gloves. So,
yes.
Man of the people.
Look at that.
Look at that smile. That's a girl that would take gloves from a cameraman right there.
And a jacket from the player.
There you go.
Got him. Top
Nice
8 we
pitch,
go.
Wisniewski, 7 innings, 1 run, and he finishes with a flourish. 7 punch-outs for the righty from Texas. 6-1 Cubs.
Top of the 8, 6-1, the Cubs favor here. So we're looking to get a little bit more damage, add a few more runs before we wrap the night up. Relax in the stream. I really appreciate all y'all, man. I do. I'll run it up. Almost hit 640 tonight as well in subs, which is freaking crazy, which is nice, awesome. Bottom 7 here for Nico, Horner, Swanson, Happ. Do up for the Cubs. Do a little bit more damage here than the night.
Six-one game, we go top 8. And it's the top of the order. Horner, Swanson, Happ against Adrian Martinez. Check swing, but he went too far. For Nico Horner on base 2 more times tonight. A walk and a hit, and he's knocked in a run, and he's added a stolen base.
Top 8 for Horner, 0-1 to him. He's 1 for 3 with a walk and a single, couple stolen bases. Gonna miss.
Ball and a strike now
1-1 to Horner.
on Nico.
His on-base percentage is climbing up towards that 400 mark, like Dansby and Ian Happ, who hit right behind him, are at.
Line drive, and
Base
that's
hit.
a base hit.
No outs and
His
8.
second hit of the night.
Hit number
Time
2
now
for
for our
Horner.
game summary, and it is brought to you by Wintrust for Patrick Wisdom, a homer. And that tied the game. He's homered in 4 straight games, and then the Cubs scored 5 unanswered. Bellinger, his first 4-hit game since 2019, in 7 innings, 7 strikeouts, no walks, and just the 1 earning for Wisniewski, who appears to be done for the night. So a man aboard in front of Dansby.
Swanson up here, 0-1 to
So it's
him.
been Marcus Stroman and Justin Steele all year long. They've been outstanding in their 6 combined starts. Jamison Taillon should have had a win on Saturday night. Drew Smiley picked up a win yesterday. And Hayden Wisniewski in line to pick up his first of the year.
0-2 to Swanson here.
One thing to note, you want another nugget?
First top 8.
Please.
Bad as Hayden has been, and he admits that. Cubs are 2-0 in his starts coming into play tonight. That's important.
Fixing to be 3-0.
Fixing. Y'all fix it?
Throw over to first. Cubs have utilized the running game early this season.
To Swanson. Down low, 1-2 to him now.
All right, so put it into context. 22 steals, third most in the majors. Steal attempts, second most in the majors. Tied for 17th, slightly below average, but not by a ton. The major league stolen base rate is 82.6. They're at 78.6. That's
Watson ripped it, right field, base hit, that's down.
Fall for a hit.
That's going to move Horner to third base. Runners at
He goes
first and third, no outs.
Again,
Here
Dansby
and
with another knock.
2 hits for him
Yeah,
tonight.
that's his second hit of the night.
You know, Boog, we talked about it in Dansby's last at bat on Saturday night. After all the struggles he had, the 0 for 5 with all the strikeouts, he walked in that last at bat on Saturday. And the next thing you know, it just kind of, for me, a lot of times for a hitter like that, just to get on base and make a left turn, it's like, you know, when a guy's in a shooting slump in basketball and he gets to take a couple of free throws, I mean, it just seems to lock him back in.
Base hit left field.
Lines that one to left.
Find it to be caught, but it's going to score a run.
Out in left field.
So that's going to be
Rooker was fighting the lights, maybe the wind.
1 out here.
And it'll go as a sack fly for Ian Happ.
I think you're exactly right on both parts. So important, so easy that time to get from first base to third base, to get in a scoring position. Lights, wind, and I mean, if that ball gets by him, Dansby and Ian might have scored.
So 7-1 now.
From Suzuki.
Three RBIs on the night for Nico Horner. 3 runs scored. I'm sorry, by Ian Happ. 3 runs scored by Nico.
Sheha. They get in there for a strike there at 94 by Martinez. 48 pitches for him. 0-1 to Shea Suzuki. He's 2 for 4 on the night.
That one ran back, just clipped the top edge outside part of the zone.
I don't know if he didn't like it or if he was disappointed he didn't swing at it. I'm not sure there.
1-1 to him.
Top of the 8th, the Cubs trailed early 1-0 and now have a 7-1 advantage. In there. And now 1-2.
I just don't think that Vic can see that outside corner. He's so far away from it. I think he just has to guess, and I mean, about half the time he's been wrong. Both sides, though.
Suzuki fouls one off.
You got to swing at it, right? Too close to take.
1-2 fouled it away.
I don't blame you for wanting it.
Yeah.
But it's a ball.
Three, 2 off the plate.
Looked like Rossi put the brakes on the running game. Nico's on first. He didn't try to steal. Dansby's not taking a big lead.
Base hit for Suzuki. Line drive.
Base hit.
Runners on first and second. 1 out. He's 3 for 4. 3 for 5.
There's only one missing piece to the puzzle right now, as far as I'm concerned, with the lineup. And that's a guy coming to home plate right now. You talked about that ground ball rate. I did not realize it was that bad for Trey Mancini. That's not him. That's not the track record that he's had, and you wouldn't expect it to continue.
1 out. Change for Mancini to
a guy who hit 35 home runs in 2019.
Almost 100 RBIs, right? I mean, I think that's some good news that he hasn't done anything yet. He's gonna. I have no doubt.
Off 8, 1 out, runners at first and second here for Mancini. Nothing to him.
Langoliers, yeah, they were just testing the pitch comm there. So Swanson at second and Suzuki the runner at first. And the Cubs looking to add on. Mancini 0 for 4. Outside.
Outside to Trey.
Trey Mancini, the only Cub without a hit tonight.
Outside 2-0 to him. Who won?
Two on, 1 out. Martinez. Yeah, the righty delivers. Swing and a miss. And for the A's, run prevention has been the issue. They've allowed the most runs in the big leagues by a lot, the most homers, and they've walked the most guys. Tonight, walks haven't really been a huge part of the story. I might count only 2.
I'm swinging there.
That
2 outs,
is
top 8.
cut on and foul tip into the mitt of Langoliers, and there's 2 away.
Here comes Patrick Wisdom.
I liked what happened in between innings between Cody Bellinger and David Ross. Long conversation right there. And Rossi's talking to him about getting thrown out. Like, you didn't get a great jump, did you? And he's like, no. And he goes, well, why didn't you stop? Well, I don't know. But I love how that ended. I mean, it started out with a little bit of coaching. Like, this is what we're trying to do. This is what we don't want to do. And it ended with knuckles and everybody laughing it off, and the message was passed along and it was received properly.
Cubs with 7 runs on 18 hits, 15 of them are singles. One of the non-singles belongs to Patrick Wisdom, and that left the park and tied this game up in the second.
You talked about the number of walks on the Oakland staff. How about no walks for Hayden Wisniewski? I think that's a huge part of his stat. All the strikeouts and all the things he's done, but no free passes.
302 Wisdom.
First pitch strikes.
Y'all already make sure to drop a like. I really would appreciate it. 15 people in here. Thank y'all all for staying tuned. I really do appreciate it.
That's a great
Some
sign.
activity in the Cubs bullpen. 3-0. Runners on first and second. 2 outs, top 8 for the Chicago Cubs. Trying to add a little bit more insurance here to head to the bottom of the 8th and the 9th innings.
Said he's set to go.
That's in their first strike to Wisdom.
Michael Rutger has been up. I mean, this is the second time he's been up. He got up with Hayden in the 7th inning when Aguiar reached with that base hit. He's been ready to go in, but I think they want to kind of send Brandon out there now, and if he has any kind of troubles or the knee or anything flares up, Michael's ready to clean it up.
3-2.
Time now for our quality start, and it's brought to you by National Car Rental. Control, confidence. Hayden Wisniewski, 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, outstanding. 7 strikeouts and a walk. 90 pitches.
You know, I wouldn't have thought that was a career high. I know that he went 7 innings last year at least once. But I mean, a little bit of traffic the first couple of innings and then cruise control from that point on.
Wisdom, that's gone.
Center field. This
That's
one's
8.
back. That one's
Gone. Wisdom. 3-run bombs.
Wisdom.
God, he's on fire.
A 2-homer night. And he crushes another one. And the Cubs have blown it open. 8th of the year for P-Wizzy. And it's 10-1.
Cubs top 8. Wisdom goes yard again. It's 8. He leads the National League.
Home run replay brought to you by Hefty Ultra Strong, Ultra Low Price.
Locked in, not missing fastballs, dude. It's crazy.
That's 94 in the outside corner.
Yeah, that's 8.
That's where we're at. That's the goal. Everybody trying to throw it in that direction. Center field is a long ways away. The ball does not carry here.
AC's on right now. They're saying 10-1 Cubs.
Patrick Wisdom doesn't need any help to leave the yard.
3-hit night, 2-homer game. Go ahead, Patrick Wisdom. 10-1 pitching change.
10-1 pitching change. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this one. Top 8 still 10-1. The Cubs 19 hits in this game. That's wild. Eight. 10-1. Wisdom goes yard again. His 8th. God, he's on fire.
Takeover pitching change brought to you by Lakeside Bank. It's about time. Third appearance for the right-hander, a 1.93 ERA. Patrick Wisdom tied for the big league lead in home runs.
I mean, he's doing power things right now. He's up there with Kyle Schwarber and Pete Alonso. I mean, that's elite company with what he's doing right now. Slugging percentage. I mean, he went from 255 to what, probably 270, 280.
By the way, for Wisdom, his first home run with a guy on base.
Still top 8 here. 1-2. 2 outs. I'm sorry. I thought we were going to the bottom half of the inning. We're not. Bellinger's still up here. 1-2 to him. Got a chance to make it 5-5. He is 5 for 5. Cody Bellinger. 5 for 5, dude. Wow.
He's swole.
He just locked in. 7 fun.
I've never seen Mike Napoli's. Well, maybe I have back in 13 when they won the World Series. I mean, he has had a smile on his face all night, and he has had a lot of conversations with people on first base.
His first career 5-hit game.
Comes John Gomes.
You know what I just thought of? Didn't you talk to Hayden tonight? Didn't he tell you that his dad was?
Yeah, met his dad at the hotel. His dad is here tonight. So James here. I know Mom Lisa is back home watching.
Missed by Gomes there.
Say hi to her.
Well, actually, stream, I really appreciate y'all.
James came in from Houston
to
watch his son pitch, and he got a chance to see him.
The win here, Cubs go to 9-6.
Throw a gem here tonight.
Up to 10 wins here.
Really cool.
The first 20, which is nice. Pirates are 10-7. You think they were going to go ahead and calm down here towards May and June? They're 10-7 though. But Gomes flared out to center field.
Ruiz.
Center fielder under top 9.
Makes
we go.
The grab.
Our bottom.
And the top of the 8th comes to an end, but Patrick Wisdom unloads second time tonight. And he's tied for the big league lead with 8 homers. Hi.
Having the chef of the league. Turn to here. The bottom of the 8th.
In Oakland, Patriots stay back in Boston. I want to say congratulations to Ryan Dempster. Can't say it enough. Thank you, Boston.
Here, bottom 8th.
Deb ran the Boston Marathon.
Coming in, chasing Kevin Smith and Noda.
A really, really cool thing. Of course, he was part of that 2013 team that won it all. That Boston Strong group after the Boston bombings.
What a great
that year on Marathon Day.
Coach. Kevin Smith stands in for the Oakland Athletics 0-2.
And today went back, ran the 26.2.
Rough season.
And did it while raising some money for charity. So good on you, Dempy.
He's the best.
You're missed by Kevin Smith. If you haven't already, make sure to drop a like. We'll be right back here tomorrow at 8:40. Chicago Cubs play the Oakland Athletics' second game of the series. We have Justin Steele.
Yeah, he texted me earlier. He said it's like nothing I'll ever experience again in the most incredible way. So I know that he was excited about it.
Got some NBA going on.
I think it lived up to his expectations.
Probably have some sports bets out.
He's always been a
sometime around noon. Some plays. We didn't make any plays tonight. We're gonna make some plays tomorrow in the playoffs and it's a baseball.
Drive to base
middle base hit
into center field. Kevin Smith with his first hit of the night. Pitching change brought to you by Lakeside Bank. It's about time. And Husey last year, the converted outfielder, 57 appearances, a 3.12 ERA. That strikeout rate well above average. Kept the walks in a decent zone. Really did a great job.
He got some big outs, didn't he?
Yeah.
And like you said, being a converted guy, he kind of came from nowhere. And when you thought about what the bullpen would look like this year. I mean, you started with him.
Guy went to Michigan State and went there as an outfielder and a two-way guy, but began his career as a position player. Swing and a miss. And he found his way into the trust tree last year, right? For David Ross, he was one of the guys that he could count on.
Always came in throwing strikes. You know, he was never in a game that wasn't close. Proved that he could be on the winning side.
Line drive.
It's not. It's a second
that'll
one
fall for
him.
him.
So A starting a little rally, 2 on.
So 2 on.
Bottom 8. No.
And nobody out. Ruiz with the knock. We send it downstairs, and Taylor McGregor.
And we know that Brandon Hughes began this season on the IL with left knee inflammation. He said this all stems from a 2015 injury to his meniscus, and he's been dealing with inflammation on and off, but then in spring training, it really flared up and nobody could figure out how to get it under control. So he spent the last few weeks trying to do that. They feel like they're in a good spot, but he is wearing a brace, and he said that was sort of what they were dealing with down in the minor leagues. What brace would work for him? He started with one of those big O-line braces, and then he said that was messing up his mechanics. So now he has a really small one on underneath where you can't really see he's even wearing it, and that's been much easier to stick with his mechanics and stick with who he is as a pitcher and not let a brace mess that up.
Here you can slightly see that brace.
A strike there over to.
I mean, it looked like those first 2 hitters, he was just cruising. All of a sudden now, a little bit upset. And Chris Young's out there in the bullpen looking at 94 miles an hour on the inside corner. You know, I remember Brandon Hughes had a live BP, and the talk was about him, you know, learning a new changeup. And I think he threw 45 pitches that day.
On the ground, but foul of third.
And when Chris Young came off the mound, I asked him, I said, how'd that changeup go? And he goes, we didn't get to it. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, we got to get him right before we start trying to try anything. And I go, what do you think? He said he was all over the place. He goes, there's got to be something going on. And sure enough, the next thing you know, that knee issue came up and they had to shut him down.
Carlos Perez, their backup catcher, getting a chance to hit for Ryan Noda.
Who to Perez?
Smith at second. Ruiz is at first. Foul tipped into the mitt of Gomes.
1 out.
And so Hughes records his first strikeout of the year and 1 down.
Yeah, I don't care where you've been or what you've done. You get back to the big leagues, as Brandon Hughes has. It's different right now. There's adrenaline, your heart's pumping. You know, you want to just go out there and kind of cruise, kind of ease into it. Next thing you know, a couple of line drives, and wait a minute. I'm not going to get embarrassed here.
On the ground at third.
Off third base.
To
second to first. Double play. Top of the 9th inning we go. Brandon Hughes gets the double play. Top 9 we go. Cubs up 10-1. Good chance for the Cubs to secure another win here. We love it.
Congrats to Ryan Dempster completing the Boston Marathon. It is 10-1 here in Oakland.
Back in 30 to begin the 9th inning here, the last inning of the ball game. Get to your top 9 innings. Top of the frame here for the 9th, 10-1 Cubs.
Back here in Oakland, Chad Smith back to work. Nick Madrigal stands in.
Chad Smith still pitching here for the Oakland Athletics.
Stay in your lane, buddy.
Yeah, I
Stay in your lane.
will.
This double play is brought to you by Elgin Hyundai, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on every new car. Brandon Hughes, welcome back to the show.
Left
On the
to
ground
first
to
base,
first.
fielded, got him. Went out.
And Perez handles the chance, 1 up, 1 down.
If you haven't already smashed the like button, boys, I really would appreciate it. We'll be right back here tomorrow at 8:40
Nico
for the
Carlos Perez.
ball game tomorrow night between the Cubs and Oakland.
And here's Nico
That's
with an
Justin Field pitching for the
opportunity
Chicago Cubs. We got a chance to pick up our 10th win
for
of
a
the year.
3-hit game, 2 hits and a walk.
Ground ball,
Softly to
second
the right
base,
side.
on the
Kemp
first, who
spins
to begin
and
the
throws him out.
here.
All right, time now for our upcoming schedule, and it's brought to you by Hyundai. 2 more with these A's, as it'll be Marcus Stroman on the mound tomorrow night. Come at you 8:40 here on Marquee Sports Network. The finale on Wednesday, and then the Dodgers come to town. We'll see you at Wrigley on Thursday night. 4 against LA, off day Monday, and then the Padres come on out to the ballpark. Here's a pinch hitter in Edwin Rios. Check swing, but he went too far.
Schedule's different this year.
Edwin Rios facing Chad Smith here.
Really, none of us have ever done before. I mean, Dodgers played like 8 of their first 10 against Arizona, and then they played 7 of their next 10 against the Cubs. You saw that after San Diego, you got Miami, then Washington, then Miami again.
Rios. Two one. I'm sorry.
Swing from Edwin Rios. Cubs got him as a free agent, signed him to a 1-year deal.
I just thought of something. With a win tonight, Dansby Swanson in his career 8-0 in this ballpark. Obviously, the first 7 were with Atlanta.
Line drive caught at first. That was a bullet. Rios hammered it. And Perez.
Go back like 20 seconds. Please. Bottom now we go though. I'm sorry. End of the inning. I'm just gonna try to check something. We're not gonna be able to. Crud. Alright. Bottom now we go. Cubs lead 10-1. So Cubs are gonna get their 9th win of the year. Go to hope 9-6. Yeah, I mean, thank God. If we don't secure this win, we are fucked. But yeah. Appreciate all the support tonight, 13 viewers. Thank y'all all. We'll be back tomorrow. Same game. Same time. I don't really like these 8:40 starts, but they're better than 1 o'clock starts. Like, I'd rather take an 8:40 start where I can do the game than I would want it to start at 6:37. But yeah, that's not how every game starts, unfortunately. Unfortunately, yeah, that don't happen. So yeah, an 8:40 start's not the worst, and it started a little bit before as well, so it was like 8:30. It's 11:22 where I live, so. We're at 2 hours and 36 minutes on the stream. We've had a pretty good amount of people in here tonight, so yeah. Bottom 9 we head. Cubs are looking good, man. But so are the Pirates. Like, so are other teams though here, like in this division.
The Cubs lead at 10-1, 10 runs on 20 hits. It's time now for the front door expert approach. Marcus Stroman will be looking to shut the front door against the Oakland A's. The fourth start, 18 innings. His ERA is 1-1. Strikeout rate at 28.2 and getting a ton of ground balls. Sunday's been sensational.
You know, he's been doing, really, since he came off the IL last year, exactly what Hayden Wisniewski did tonight. I mean, he's filling the strike zone up. He's letting his defense play behind him. He's not beating himself and giving his offense an opportunity to get things together and grab that lead.
Julian Merriweather delivers downstairs to Brent Rooker. So Merriweather, the new pitcher.
Jesus Aguilar.
And that one up the middle and a base hit. Time now for the coverage cam, and it is brought to you by T-Mobile. This is what we like to call a barrage of hits and people flexing, and more hits and high-fiving. More line drives, more high fives. Homers.
This is kind of how I felt in 20 games the Cubs today.
Pop, 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 high.
And about the 20 to 30 game mark,
coverage cam right there. A barrage of hits.
Around the 25 game mark, I had him at 13, 14.
Watching that barrage, as you talked about, I mean, the guy that I'm really happy for is one of the hardest working guys I've ever been around. But Cubs' new hitting coach, Dustin Kelly.
Quick ground ball.
I'll bet he sleeps good tonight.
In the air to right field. That's playable for the center field, though. Bellinger going to get under that. One out here to the top, for the bottom of the ninth inning here.
Bellinger able to pull that one down.
Come on, towards the Pirates finishing second.
There he is.
It was the best beard in baseball, in my opinion.
They're going to sell hard.
You got one better than that?
It's really great. I did ask him in spring training. I said,
DH here.
Has anybody ever said, Mr. Gaddis, are you signing today? And he laughed and he said, I haven't gotten that. Remember Evan Gaddis at the Astros?
Yeah.
I mean, he's got some of that to him, right?
No. Big old strong country guy?
Yeah. He and Johnny Washington have done good work.
You know, right before the national anthem, I saw Dustin Kelly, Johnny Washington, and Juan Cabrera walking in from the center field gate where the batting cages are, and they all had their notes with them. They had all thrown BP. They had all gotten everybody ready for the game tonight. And, I mean, every moment that they spent down there was worth every bit of it.
One got that one off of the catcher's gonna need
Torrance.
If you haven't already, make sure to drop a like. I really would appreciate it. This stream's about to end here in just 3 outs. Hopefully. Unless the A's make it spectacular. Some money ball shit.
Everybody giving him a little bit of time.
You know, don't kid yourself. They wear all that equipment, but that equipment does not make them invulnerable.
You know what
I hit on that equipment, there's still pain to be had.
You know what I got the most phone calls, the most texts, Twitter, everything was blowing up about in the Dodger series? Jim Wolf not giving Cody Bellinger a minute.
Oh,
inside foul ball.
I mean, really? There were a lot of people that were there just because of that to thank Cody for everything he done. That could have been handled a lot better.
Foul back.
Got him swinging at 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning. And here comes
time now
Langer
for
the A's down to their final out here.
toast of the game. It's brought to you by Benny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. We toast you, Patrick Wisdom.
Except for 2 bombs.
I'll tell you what, there was a lot of ways to go. I mean, Hayden 7 innings, Bellinger 5 for 5, half with 3 RBIs, but you just can't ignore. I mean, the Chicks dig the long ball, and so do the Chicago Cubs.
If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Here's a nugget.
I've already made sure I drop a light down. The final out is the Oakland Athletics here. The Cubs going to look for a nice win.
First 15 games of the year.
We'll be back here tomorrow, 8:40 for the same game, same matchup.
Hank Sauer at 54, Lee Walls at 58. Been a while.
Out to left field. That's going to be playable for Nico Horns to make the catch. That's ball game. The Cubs win this one.
Cubs win. And they continue to play excellent baseball. The Cubs take game 1 of this 3-game set, improve to 9-6.
Thank y'all all for coming to the stream tonight. Thank y'all all for dropping
Patrick Wisdom, a 2-homer game.
Shout out to
and
Marcus,
he's tied for the big league lead with 8 home runs.
Everybody.
You know, you come into town, you got a team that's struggling. You don't want to let them hang close because they'll start thinking they can win that ball game. The Cubs took care of it in the top of the 4th inning with those 4 big runs.
See you tomorrow, Marcus. Thank you so much.
Cliff, Taylor McGregor, and our entire outstanding crew here in Oakland. I'm John Shelby.
Thanks
for watching Chicago Cubs baseball on Marquee Sports Network.
Let's fly that.
Your final score: the Cubs 10.
On the north side, boys. Peace.
They did. So what Cliff and I are going to do, we're going to give you a complete comprehensive rehab. That's next, right here on Cubs Post Game Live. Keep it locked.